Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Learn From Us podcast. As always, I'm Seth Kirchanen of Hungarian descent.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, that's exciting.
My mom's Irish. And Paul Gabrail, the Iraqi warrior.
Yes.
Born in Iraq. An immigrant.
So I'm writing a book right now.
Shut your mouth.
I am.
You're kidding.
No. We have Matt Jensen to thank for that one, my chess coach. He kept insisting, kept harassing me. And I finally said to him, listen, pal, if you want me to do this, you need to hold my hand through it because I'm feeling pretty down on it.
Tell me about it.
I have 4,700 words written so far in the last 5 days.
You are a writer.
6 days. I like to write. But the reason I brought that up is I mentioned in the very beginning that I was born in Iraq, and anytime I can mention being an immigrant, I definitely do. Like as if I'm like this immigrant who came across Ellis Island with like 14 pence in my pocket. And meanwhile, I was the son of two doctors, and we didn't have money for a portion of my life, but at the same point, things didn't turn out poorly for us. But
Did you say a Porsche or a portion?
a portion.
Portion.
You ever see that Bel Air, not Fresh Prince of Bel Air?
I have seen it.
So there's an episode in which one of the characters talking like, rich kids have problems too. And in come Carlton and Vanessa, and like, it's Porsche. And they're like, it's Porsche. It's Porsche. No, it's Porsche. And that's their big problem.
Yeah.
So anytime I can mention I'm an immigrant, I definitely do, as if I've been, it's like,
You've come up from the ashes. Wearing drubby clothes and dirt on your face. Like
these people are like, oh, I came over with $6. I came with $0.
Yeah.
I had no money when I came over. Mm-hmm. Me personally.
It was all in a trust fund. I started making, you can call me a hippie now. I started making both kombucha.
What's kombucha? Is that drink?
Yeah.
Oh, Tim just made a big groan.
Kombucha is fermented tea.
Oh.
And then fermented tea, and then a lot of times, so it has a CO2 effervescence bubbling to it. And so it's like a bubbling sort of sweet tea-ish.
Uh-huh.
And then you put fruit and stuff in it. And I think it's awesome. It's a lot of this.
Tim, you don't like it?
That's not true. They have them now where they basically taste like Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew. But anyway, it's supposed to help.
Tim likes Mountain Dew.
We'll drive to a place and get a kombucha right after this. But anyway, it's fun to make at home. It's a lot cheaper than to buy it. And it's supposed to be like the probiotics, gut health. My wife thinks she feels better drinking it.
Okay.
And I started making kimchi. Do you know what this is?
Chi is in tea?
Kimchi.
What is it?
Not chai tea.
What is it?
Kimchi is a cabbage and carrot based fermented spicy Korean dish.
First off, you had way too many adjectives there.
You asked.
And you lost me at cabbage.
You don't like cabbage?
I do not like cabbage.
I love cabbage. Anything.
Dude, I like
cabbage
cauliflower.
rolls, cabbage, kimchi. There's not many forms of sauerkraut. Love it.
I don't like sauerkraut.
Kimchi is great.
Isn't cabbage and coleslaw?
Yeah, oh God, I'll just eat coleslaw like a whole meal. Just give me a whole vat of coleslaw with mayonnaise.
The thing about coleslaw is there's like so many different variations of it.
Yeah, it's great.
There's some that are amazing, and then you have others you're like, this is garbage.
Like potato salad. Well, you got the
I disagree with the potato salad. I don't think I've ever had a potato salad I disliked.
Oh, well, some people put Miracle Whip in it, and they should just be shot.
What do you put in?
Mayonnaise. Of course, love.
Isn't Miracle Whip mayonnaise?
Oh, God. I see why you have someone make food for you.
Well, I'm being serious. You literally said Miracle Whip. I'm like, oh, I thought it was mayo. You're like,
you know how many people in their car right now are cringing hearing that you say that? Miracle Whip is for
all right, friends of mine who listen to this podcast, aka the only
Miracle
people who
Whip
do,
is for the devil.
Please text me if you thought that Miracle Whip and mayonnaise were the exact same thing. So what's the difference? Is one fake?
They're totally different. Totally
Tim
different.
is shaking. Tim is nodding his head like one's fake.
Mayonnaise is a mixture of like egg yolks and some sort of oil, like olive oil. So we'll have olive oil mayonnaise.
Egg yolk
or egg
white.
A yolk.
Okay.
It's just like straight yolk. And Miracle Whip is some sort of sassy concoction that's just gross. Anyway, I do love cabbage, and I started making kimchi. It's fermented, so you take like ginger and carrots, and you put it with this. You salt the cabbage, and it's this cool little like effervescent like snack. And
Can I make a comment?
Spicy. It's beautiful.
Can I make a comment?
Go ahead.
I'm genuinely interested in this conversation, and if we were having this last night at my house, I would have been like falling asleep. I don't know why. Like when we were on the podcast, I want to hear about food and these things that would, like, I always say, he's Andrew. Andrew would go through these like 10-minute spiels about how he cooked his steak. And I'd be like, I don't care.
So you're not a cook. Like you don't.
I know, but here I like hearing about it. I'm just like, oh, this is.
Like I like formally cook like 4 nights a week, like the most outlandish meal you could possibly think of.
The most outlandish.
That's why I'm trying to invite you over, bro.
Okay, here's the deal. For those of you who haven't listened to the last period, it is 4:44 p.m. And he literally said to me 5 minutes ago, "What are you doing tonight?" I'm doing this and this. Oh, well, you should stop by. It's 2 hours from now is when you're eating dinner.
Follow Paul on Instagram. You'll see him every night laying around watching Netflix with his dogs.
Yeah, I like my dogs.
You do a lot. You are busy. I'm just saying, like, you can come over anytime.
By the way, and I have done that. When Seth
very
moved in, I called him and said I'd like to come over.
Yep, that was 2 months ago.
But where have you been? Where have I been?
It's summer. Summer in Ohio. I mean, people are all over the place.
I know.
I'm going to Mexico next week.
I know, and Lisa and I have decided that we're going to try to limit our travel in the summer because of how wonderful Ohio is in the summer.
Yeah.
Like, why leave it?
Mm-hmm. Which I'll be leaving next week.
Yeah, but you're going to go down, and Brian's going to be down there at the same time. You guys are going to have a blast.
What are we talking about today? We have a helmet here.
Yes, because
today this is like the studio mascot. It's Darnell's Cleveland Browns helmet,
and he's gonna be pissed because he told me to put it back in his office. I never did. Is the Ohio State one here?
We've been using it.
Did I take a shit in that one yet?
We've been using it for every podcast.
How much for me to take a shit in his Ohio State helmet and actually like just leave it in his
live
office?
on YouTube?
Live on YouTube. Just put it in his office.
That would be really gross.
Darnell doesn't listen to this podcast. It's not a book. What was that, Tim?
No. You wanted to talk about sports. You love it.
Don't you love sports?
Well, I am in love with sports, yeah. Not as crazy as some folks.
No, not, but I like the business side of sports a lot.
I never think about that.
See, most fans do not, and that's what kind of like...
I'm pretty much confused about all the contracts ever.
I don't know how they sign all these big... like how many...
All the stipulations.
How many safeties yesterday signed deals, Tim? There was like 3 or 4 big safety signings yesterday.
Like, I was trying to tell my son Gio, who worships the Cavs, and J.R. Smith, why that J.R. Smith just kind of said that he doesn't want to play anymore, but we're still going to pay him $14 million, and he's just
No, his last year I don't think is fully guaranteed.
Oh.
I think the last year is like... Because remember, they agreed to a later date so they could try to work the deal, and the Cavs just ended up releasing him because I think it was like $3.5 million was guaranteed.
But he still just said, like, I don't want to play anymore. I'm just going to sit out.
Yeah, well, we don't know exactly what happened behind closed doors.
Oh, okay.
Well, right?
I guess so.
He could have been being a brat. It could have been the Cavs being assholes. It could have been a number of things. Could have been a combination of both.
Family issues, health concerns.
No, I don't think that was it because he didn't play like at all like this year.
What do you love about the business of sports? You wanted to be a NBA basketball owner.
Yeah, I almost did become one.
How close were you? Tell me about it. It's 10 years ago.
Like, when I say close, it was, all right, we're doing this. The money's all right. Let's go. And then...
What percentage? I don't understand.
Oh, only 5% of the Miami Heat. Well, it's funny. You know, it's funny. Somebody went to high school with, not in our class. I remember later on, he's like, so what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know. He's like, hey, didn't you always want to a sports team? I'm like, well, yeah, I came really close. I told him, he's like, what are you buying? Some like garbage, like 5% of a deal or something like that. I looked at him and I go, you go get 5% of a deal done. Just go figure out how you get 5% of an NBA franchise done. How would you even start the process? But anyhow, it was a small piece, but the reason we liked it was Miami Heat. Mickey Arison's a very well-known owner. It'd be nice to have that in to then wait for a bigger piece and blah, blah, blah. And since then, sports prices, we were buying the Heat based on a valuation of $435 million, and now the Heat's worth like $1.5 billion, and that was only 10 years ago. So, I'm not saying the dream is dead, because the dream is never dead, but they become so expensive that for us to do a deal would be very difficult, I think, because I don't want to have partners anymore where I have to sit there and answer to somebody and all that crap.
How does the business work? Because I look at teams like, it seems like talk about even the Cavaliers. I mean, how do they pay out all these millions? My son today is like, how do they make all this money? How does it make money?
Well, I don't know if they make money, Gio. That's the thing. There's a saying in sports, you can either make money or you can win. You can't do both. Football has the most likelihood of making money, and I think all the teams in football make money. I think the Packers this year were like, they made like $750,000. It was like dirt low, nothing. But they had some issues. Anyhow, NFL is good because they have this like hard cap, which means you cannot exceed this salary amount. on your team. And that's why it's hard because all these guys want big contracts and you can't pay everyone big or else you're done. You know what I mean? You don't have any money to sign people. NBA and Major League Baseball have luxury taxes and things like that, which tries to level the playing field, but they have player caps in the NBA. That's why I don't like the NBA system. That's why I feel that there isn't, like in the NFL, you'll see a guy go sign with Buffalo. You'll go see Odell Beckham go to Cleveland. He didn't sign with them, but and be excited about it. Because in the NFL, any player can sign for however much money they want to play, they can sign for. In the NBA, you cannot. The maximum per player is basically set in stone. So if you're an athlete and you like the lifestyle and you're offered $20 million a year to play in Cleveland or $20 million a year to play in Miami and you can't make any more.
I see.
Where are you picking?
CLE, baby.
Yeah, well.
Only in the summer, though.
Yes, that's the problem. It's like, I get why these guys don't want to sign in Cleveland. They're
My brother-in-law mentioned the 4 seasons in Ohio are winter, still winter. Why is it still winter and construction season?
Of Cleveland, folks. This is not really helping the Cleveland rep very well.
If you're looking to buy in Cleveland, Paul's selling.
What were we talking about beforehand?
I have no clue.
Oh, salary caps.
Yeah.
Before my hillbilly tenants came through. So the thing about that's what I was talking about with the NBA. The NBA's problem is they sat there and said, oh, let's even the playing field that these small market teams, they can get big players by capping how much they can make. No, exactly the opposite it did that. It's like, oh, we're going to make the same amount, whatever, but we're going to play wherever we want then. We're going to play in the sexy cities. Now, if you're offered $20 million in Miami and Cleveland goes, we'll pay you 25. Are you going to consider Cleveland then? You're like, oh, okay. Not bad.
When's the next bargaining agreement?
I think they can opt out in 2021. Either side can.
Oh, wow.
And I'm quite sure the owners will opt out. Because I think there all these things lately of players going, I want to get traded, I want this, I want that, and I want to do this.
Yeah, they're all picking and choosing where they go.
It's going to be players going.
You got to look at it. It's like the entire All-Star roster from a year ago. They've all switched.
Yeah,
some twice.
Yeah,
it's insane.
Isn't it nuts?
Like I don't even know how to keep any loyalty with anybody.
And then Steve Kerr said something, about Anthony, and I agree with Steve Kerr. And everybody's like, oh, easy to say because of Kevin Durant. And I'm like, well, no, the Kevin Durant thing is different. Kevin Durant was a free agent and went there. Anthony Davis just walked in the office and said, yeah, I don't want to play here anymore. Get rid of me. Now, granted, David Griffin did a phenomenal job and got like literally the entire NBA, every pick in the draft for the next 5 years is his. So, he's okay. But at the same point, it's like.
Do you think they're still going to be any good?
Who?
Pelicans.
Unless I have faith in that guy to build a team. What was that? I mean, Zion, it's a rookie guy, but and by the way, he just signed that supposedly the record like in excess of $10 million a year.
Nike?
Yeah. It wasn't LeBron's like what? With Jordan Brand, yeah. Wasn't LeBron's first rookie deal for Nike like $19 million a year or something like that? So they said it's the biggest rookie deal ever for shoes.
I saw the first Zion Williamson dunk like 5 years ago or whatever, and I tried to buy ZionWilliamson.com, and of course it was gone.
So it's funny you mentioned that. I saw a kid being posted on Instagram, and whenever that happens, I go to and sure enough, I got his domain.
You're kidding.
No, but he's like in 6th grade, so what are the chances of it happening? But I bought his domain. And it's a random name, too. I don't remember what it is, but I bought it.
I heard you just got into some domains.
I did.
LeBron was $13 million per year. Zion's
is it 15 official?
Per year. Wow. You do love random domains.
Yeah, I bought chess.tv. I'm pretty proud of that one. I own luxuryyoga.com. I own like 300 domains. I own LeBron-23.com.
He just got rid of his number again.
I know. Well, no, he got it back again.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because of something having to do with something, some trade thing, it didn't happen. Oh no, you know what it was? They couldn't Nike couldn't make the jerseys or something like that.
How funny. So you have LeBron-23.com.
I've owned that since 2003.
When you buy this kid's website, I heard this is like some sort of rules. You can't just have someone's
Probably not, but I own it, so come take it from me.
The powers of GoDaddy can't do that.
Yeah, I'm sure it can, but this guy is still talking on this Dynasty Owner chat. I'm not going to answer him. I kind of like the distractions because it kind of provides some like fun. But Amazon just missed earnings, by the way, big time.
Tell me about that.
And they're down a lot.
Yeah, but the stock is still skyrocketing.
Yeah, it's almost going to be below 1900 right now. Let's see where it's at.
Oh, really? I thought it was up well above 1935 or something, 1950 something.
Now it's 1929. It's down 2.5% after hours. It's still a fuckload of money. I love sports. The business of sports is very frustrating, though. And the more now that I think about it, about owning a team, the idea of having to deal with these trade requests and paying I mean, Kemba Walker, he's a great player, but man, I just don't. Some of these, like, because of these player salaries, you're wondering yourself, like, everybody expects a max deal now. Well, I'm a max player. Everybody expects these max deals now. And it's just hard for me to go, like, man, well, you're going to be putting a lot of your future into that one player right now for what? I mean, some players are obvious. You know what I mean?
How do the Cleveland Browns make money?
They have a very strong fan base. Very strong.
It's just whatever the fans pay, that's the amount of money they make?
No, I mean, there's merchandising. It's nationwide. There's TV rights, all those things. And there's a lot of revenue share in the NFL, in these sports, in these franchises. That's why the NBA team's value skyrocketed, because all of a sudden the new TV deal was like some astronomical amount where it got $100 million or $300 million a team in revenue something crazy like that, where all of a sudden every team's making $150 million more a year. It's like, okay.
I mean, didn't that one dude buy the Clippers for $2 billion or something?
Yeah, Steve Ballmer.
The Clippers. I mean,
and the second best offer was 1.2.
Oh.
But his comment was, which I agree with him, was, I didn't want to lose out this deal, and if the team's going to be worth $2 billion in 2 years anyhow, why would I not just pay it now? If I want this premier deal in LA. Yeah, makes sense. And now he's favored to win the NBA Finals next year. They're favored.
Wow.
They're the team in LA.
I can't name a single. I know the NBA quite well. I can't name a single player on their team. I don't know anybody.
Kawhi, Paul George.
Besides those two, you got to have 5. Last time I checked. We know 2 can't get it done all the time. Right? The Warriors have 3, and they're like, well, they're done.
Oh, the Warriors aren't even in the top 5 to win the
title. Stick a fork in them.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Done. Speaking of fork sticking in a team is the Cavaliers.
No, we're not.
I don't even know who's on the damn team anymore.
It's a tough one.
Yeah.
Colin Sexton, though, had a really good end of the season, the second half of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be tough in Cleveland for a while.
Maybe the Browns, hey, they're chanting Super Bowl.
Hey, the Indians are doing great.
Yeah. They can't win, though, either, can they?
I mean, we were 1 game away. Wasn't that incredible? We won the NBA Finals, and we won the NBA Finals the same way we lost the Major League, the World Series.
My mind would have exploded had we won the World Series then.
It was incredible.
But Ramirez is going to leave.
Yeah.
And Frankie Lindor is going to leave. Even the owner said, enjoy him while it lasts.
Yeah. And then Frankie Lindor, what did he say after the All-Star game? Like, everybody's like, look, he wants Cleveland. I'm like, guys, it's posturing. He plays here. He's not going to stay here. Stop with this. He's going to go he's going to go to the top paying team, and he should.
Yeah.
Why should he take some discount for us? And that's the other thing I tell fans. Guys, relax. When a player does what's best for him financially, shut the F up. And when you say, isn't $20 million enough? It's not your $20 million. Shut up. It's their money. They are the ones that earned it. It does not matter. Let them decide with it.
Well, there's got to be some difference between, is there really that much difference between $400 million and $370 to stay with a hometown that loves you? And
it's $30 million, Seth.
Yeah.
And by the way, I don't think the Indians are going, we can't get to 400, but we're at 370. The Indians are kind of like, will you take 2?
Why is that?
Remember Manny Ramirez when he left the Tribe?
Why?
They offered him some contract and then like $1 million a year for the rest of his life or something, or for like 30 years, like Bobby Bonilla has with the Mets. That was what their offer was. They're like, yeah, we can't afford
So that's what I don't understand about the business. Why can't the Indians offer that much? They don't have the money.
No, they don't have the money. Remember, last year we were in first place and we were like at 60% capacity. Guys, fans, before you complain, go to the freaking games and support the team financially so they have the money. If you say, well, the guys are really rich, it's not our job, well, then don't cry when they go get rid of Frankie Lindor. That's just the way it is, guys. That's the reason I can't be a sports owner.
If you don't go.
You can't. The fair weather fans, when the Cavs sucked, I went to so many games.
You love going to bad Cavs games.
And then when they got good, what did we do? I couldn't get tickets. Why? Because everybody's like, oh, this is the best game in town. It's like, oh, F off. I supported when they sucked. And now I just don't want to go downtown at all. It's just such a long drive, 22 minutes.
Mm-hmm. I like Barrio Tacos, though.
Barrio Tacos are good.
Should we wrap?
Wiggity, 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 whack.
Pull it all together, Paul. Go ahead.
I feel bad for that guy who called me because he seems like a very nice man and he's dealing with a crappy situation, maybe.
Maybe call him back and tell him.
Well, listen, there's 2 sides to every story, right? That's the one thing I've learned very much in life. There are two sides to every story. Even if you told me a story right now, I'd be like, well, I wonder what the other side is.
You do say that.
Because I think the more and more you do and the more things you hear and the more you realize, like, wait a second. And you hear like different, like, or even when it comes to you, you know, you're like, oh, somebody said something about you. Like, yeah, but you know everything about that situation? Well, they told me, okay, well, do you know this and this happened? Oh, yeah. Oh is right. You know what I mean? It's like, there's other things. And so it's kind of like,
yeah.
Frankly, I wouldn't mind getting rid of this tenant. Hint, hint, Tim. Yeah, he agrees.
Thanks for joining us, everyone.
What was that?
Thanks for joining us, everyone, for the Learn From Us podcast. Thank you, Paul, for your insightful, what have you?
Insightful insights.
My business, Crossroads Creative, is picking up.
That's awesome.
Photos, videos, promotional videos, podcasting.
I was supposed to be involved in the business, but nobody wants to sign a contract with me.
We did, didn't we?
I have no contract in my hands.
Are you serious? What are you talking about?
I'm 100% serious. I have no contract.
I'll have to email that over.
So you haven't signed?
Yeah.
Well, then if I get it signed, then
I know. See how we do business right on the air. Thanks for joining us, everyone. I got to get my shit straight.
Bye.
Bye.